In honor of Women's History Month, we've been talking with female leaders in sports, politics, business, and entertainment. And this morning, we are focusing on...
Every Friday during Women's History Month, all month long, we've been celebrating Women's History Month by talking with female leaders in sports, politics, business, and entertainment. And this
black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Everybody join in this melody. That's the only way we're gonna be. Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well, I'm talking to you, Muslim, Christian, and the Hebrew. Anything to do, we got to unite, or else we are through. Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Everybody singing this melody.
I ordered this book, God is on Trial. I ordered this book from Amazon, and I must say I've read it. It's very well written, very thought-provoking. And so, sisters and brothers like Alberta Parrish, again, God is on Trial. It is a provocative, thought-provoking, very real and honest point of view regarding the gods of major religions or of Abrahamic religions, and why those of us who follow these belief systems should be asking the same kind of questions instead of just blindly accepting and following.
How do you guys feel about Cherry frowning like that with her album? Because album
I think she's cute.
cute.
That's all I got to say.
She crew.
I think she's cute. Huh?
Thanks, hon.
She came out with a different attitude after that.
Like no man to me.
That's old school. Life has changed. I want the red.
Wait, what was that Mr. T did in Rocky? What was that, Rocky 3? Was it Rocky 3? Put the cameras on my face!
En Vogue. Resorts Casino. The Brothers in the House. That's Prince. There we go. I don't have a lot to say. Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Soul Sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona. It's Terry.
It's important for the black youth especially to know that we did have a history and that we did great things and that we had great people, and those things were not in the history books when I was in school. And what I'd like to be doing 5 years from now is attempting to rewrite the history books so that they'll know that.
This message. Hey, my brother, you know I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person, finally. That was just like amazing.
Okay, thank you for donating to my uncle Taalik. I appreciate it, and I know that my family appreciate it because he's been in our lives for years now. So, yeah. And I just want to say thank you because, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, and we love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Bye. Peace forever and always. Peace forever and always. Peace forever and always.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told Jimmy that if black people in Harlem just stop saying hello and instead say salam alaikum, he said the whole thing will change. All you got to do is say salam alaikum. Let's say it slow. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
we want to make sure that we're not just working to be first, but we're working to be right. A lot of times there are situations when things are just happening so fast. It's always important to be fast, but we always want to be right.
To ring out in perfect harmony, Terry Ellis becomes the first of the divas to offer the world her singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
Morals are just, subjective. But when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though, Justin.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. He's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
Come on now. Assemble the people. Come on. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
First, I want to say that I want to thank Angel Snuff 7 for being there for me, administering to me over YouTube and in person, over the phone. The brother believed in me to make these videos. He gave me the opportunity. I want to say that if I would have had a brother like this in my life 10, 15 years ago, I probably wouldn't have took the path that I took. But that was my experience. This brother's a good role model for us.
You all see how long I've been on YouTube. No one has been more resilient, pushing more harder on YouTube than I have. I must add, Brother Angel Snuff 7, Brother Taalik Ibn'rad. Many of you all have not heard of him, and it's a reason for that you haven't heard of brothers like that who's coming with a profound message. Every day this brother does like an hour of dissertation on YouTube, but no one's hearing him. His message is not getting out. Powerful message, more powerful than most messages that are out there. Very real, very radical, very sincere, very diligent, very consistent, and very little hypocrisy in what he speaks. At least he's true and sincere about what he's talking about. He's not doing it for money, selling no projects, selling no products, trying to do lectures. He's actually coming on there, offering some critical thought and critical analysis every day consistently, but most people have not heard of him. Not because he's lazy. I see him. He got thousands of YouTube pages. I see him constantly putting out videos, but you haven't heard of him. That's by design. That's by design of white supremacy.
Ministry by the name of the Reality Temple on Earth. And I had the pleasure of speaking with him for several hours today. And I think it's only fair that I do a reaction video to the conversation. And the conversation was on various topics, which was basically centered around African quote-unquote consciousness. And he was a real deep brother, very down to earth, very approachable. He didn't carry himself like a know-it-all. Someone you could talk to and really listen to you. It was such an honor to finally meet somebody over the internet that has a ear to listen, and not only an ear to listen, but will take full action on what they stand for.
Hi, my name is Deborah Kennedy. I live in Texas, and I listened to Taalik's video regarding failure of prayer and God's so-called promises. Things. I was just elated. I thought it was just very insightful, and I commend you all for putting something out there like that. That we lean too much on what we're told somebody else is looking out for us. And we have philosophies or teachings like that, and we're supposed to be developing that in ourselves. And I appreciate Taalik's his powerful delivery. You don't need to call if you're busy, but I just want to pass that along. I was very impressed. Thank you so much. You take care now. Peace and love.
It just, I'm inspired by my brother, that Reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that Reality Angel Snubbing Up 7. That's right, brother. I'm calling you out, brother. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, brother. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.
Dragon Manifest. Welcome to the Reality Temple on Earth, Dragon Manifest.
Thank you for having me, brother. This is an honor. I've been watching you for at least a couple years now.
Yes, sir.
From the first time I got hip to your channel, I've been hooked ever since. I'm always looking out for new videos. I mean, when I first saw your channel, I said, "Oh, this is an ancestor that has most definitely returned." Yes, most definitely. This is not a new ancestor. This is an old ancestor. You could hear, you could feel the ancestors through you. You know, most people probably say, "What is he talking about?"
Right.
They don't get it. You gotta be on that level.
My brother Angel Snubbing Up 7 at the Realities Temple. And to give props to him, because I listened to all of Angel Snubbing Up 7's videos. I think that he comes from a different angle, and there's a powerful message in a lot of the videos that he put out, and I try to catch all of them. I look at him as a free thinker and a person that's willing to challenge those of which he don't agree with or which he may think differently from, and I really respect him for that. He's challenged KNBS, and he has also challenged the black supremacy movement as well, and I have nothing against that, because that which cannot be challenged cannot stand and will not stand and will not survive the test of time. How many challenges we can withstand will determine how long we will be able to stand.
And my name is Myron. They call me SNIFFY. My name Myron Johnson. They call me SNIFFY. They call me SNIFFY. My cousin is Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm here to give y'all a message. Y'all better leave my cousin alone. That's what y'all better do.
Self, and you don't realize it. You don't realize it, that God has been imprisoned. The devil was able to imprison God. So right inside your own self, your God self has been imprisoned, and you have a false sense of self running rampant inside the temple. This is why, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to bring Reality's temple here on earth. Reality's temple here on earth, because
yes, sir.
We have to realize the enemy is running rampant inside this temple.
And when I did my website, you were the only brother. And let me stress that, because when I did that website, blackcommune.net, and I did a video and I asked the black YouTube community, the so-called black YouTube community, to give me your videos, because at the time a lot of brothers were getting flagged and videos taken down. So I said, you know what, you can put your videos on my website so that the message can still be heard for all to hear. You know, something like, you know, a little I made that website for everyone, but you were the only one that gave me permission to use your videos, and I thought that was very honorable of you, and really a testament to how much you cared about the black community.
We're talking about not falling into the teacher trap, not falling into the website trap. So today, what teachers can you learn from? We just told you that the Akawu tells you that we're all a great teacher at the same time. So who you going to learn from? You're going to learn from brothers like Sa-Neter. You're going to learn the positives and negatives from brothers like Sa-Neter. You're going to learn the positives and negatives of people like Brother Polite. The positives and negatives of people like Sarah Sutanseti. You're going to learn from Maurice Muhammad, Taalik Ibn'rad. You're going to learn from Nettercat. You're going to learn, you definitely going to learn from King Noble. You definitely going to learn a little something something from Brother Daku.
I'm not really worried about convincing you about what I believe in. My main concern is to find people with the like-minded minds, like Minister, the Realist temple, the Reality's temple on earth. I can relate with that guy. I can say he's talking sense because he has intelligence and he doesn't come up with rubbish. He comes up with well thought conversations. He's thought about this. He's still thinking about it right now as we speak about it. And after that, he'll be thinking about it because he's a thinker. He's not just a doer taking information and repeating it. He's a thinker.
I do want to say something right now. There is a YouTuber who has really got in my heart, and that is Angel Snub 7. He reminds me a lot of my father. My father died last year of a heart attack, and Angel Snub 7. But Angel Snuff 7 made a video recently speaking about how we need to band with black leaders. I don't care if they're not doing everything perfect. I don't care that we don't like certain things they do. They're the only support we have. Nobody else is stepping up and willing to be on the front lines like they are. And Angel Snuff 7 was correct, and I want to thank him for that.
Welcome to the Reality's Temple on Earth. My name is Jeroen, and I would like to say that Angel Snub 7 isn't a racist at all. He's a good friend, and I owe him a lot of support. And
yes, Brother Taalik, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I am Minister John Cooper. I live in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. And I was watching someone had sent me a video, and I was watching it, and I think yours popped up on the sidebar. I never heard of it before. When you get time, give me a call if you can. I did a sermon and finally got a chance to do it at church. I am a minister, but I'm not active in the pulpit. I'm deciding to speak, basically trying to teach and getting our people ready and those that will listen. And this minister allowed me to do a lesson this past Tuesday night. Basically, my wife said, "Man, you were saying the same thing this guy's saying now, John," and it just blew her mind.
Gomane. Assemble the people, Gomane. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Let's be honest. If black folks are going to get reparations, then they're going to need a 4-star general's approach to it. It will have to be approached in an organized, sustained, military-like way. A flamethrower of a man will have to be the keynote speaker concerning reparations. Brother Malcolm would have been the perfect man to go into the United Nations to pressure the power structure to give us reparations. But he's no longer with us, and his brothers who helped stop him haven't picked up the tab. They weren't serious. If reparations is going to be addressed, then a serious individual like this brother named Taalik Ibn'rad should be sent to the UN to speak before the General Assembly. Taalik has the qualifications to be taken serious. He's been consistent in his seriousness. He's a man that's not going to go into the UN and bite his tongue. He's going to express how he really feels. He won't modify his delivery. He won't flip the script, buck, bow, smile, and beguile. He'll let the power structure know how black people really feel. and why they need restoration for the mental and spiritual destruction done to all of us. Go get him, wake him up in the middle of the night, and bring him to New York. He'll come in a clean but wrinkled undershirt with a loose-fitting collar. He might come in a robe, maybe in a suit. He might drive a truck to the UN. But you can rest assured, Taalik will be coming as himself. And once the world hears him, the fight for what black folks need will be over. It doesn't matter if Taalik is the opening or the keynote speaker. All you have to do is hear him, and you'll be hooked. What? Meet you at the old Autobahn so we can rally up and organize the people? Haven't you heard that place is always closed? The old ones in the power structure vowed that they would never again give the people that kind of space to assemble. They are scared of Malcolm's ghost now returning to the crime scene. That's why that place is always closed. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
What dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
What up, what up, what up? Angel Snub 7 in the house. I just want to let you know, bring you a little information. If you would like to, well, if you like StreamYard, if you like the ability for us to be able to do some of the things that StreamYard allows us to do, then I'm asking us to share the burden, and it's a very small expense when you look at it. I hope that you can see the screen. It's $25 a month. If we pay for it monthly, it's $230 a year, and we save $60 if we purchase the plan, the upgrade plan. On the free plan, we only get 20 hours a month.
Things that make you go, you know, these aren't jokes, these are thoughts, these are things that make you say.
Okay. As many of you know, or don't know, I have been on YouTube since late 2007. I would assume late November, early December, something like that. since 2007. And after some people began to recognize me and my videos became subject matter, a topic, during my days on this media, even from the very beginning, I only get 10 views and I only have 10 subscribers. From the very beginning. I don't care if my channel had 3,000, 4,000 subscribers or 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 views. It didn't make any difference. I always have 10 subscribers, 10 views. Or when it's clear that I have more than 10 subscribers, more than 10 views, then nobody listens to Angel Snub Nub 7. Yet and still, you have all these videos speaking against, talking negative about Angel Snub Nub 7. But nobody knows me. But they know me enough where they can make a video and take the time to make a video to show they have a problem with Angel Snub Nub 7. But nobody listens. Nobody does not know who Angel Snub Nub 7 is. This word that I put out, it is really never challenged except by silly people just talking. And so, since the real truth that we represent cannot be refuted, can't be debunked, very difficult, I would like for you to do that so we can see our error so that we can get stronger. But since it's very difficult to debunk and refute reality to the best of our ability, then there are those who seek to make mockery and try to find out everything they can about my personal self, because you don't know me. You only know what I show you. So you watch my videos and you don't have any hair. You find out how old I am and all these different things that have nothing to do with the commentary. It does not make any difference if I was homeless on the street. That does not negate the real truth that we present. And this real truth that we present makes many persons very, very angry. So Angel Snub Nub 7 only gets 10 subscribers, 10 views. Nobody is listening to Angel Snub Nub 7. But yet and still, Angel Snub Nub 7 has been on YouTube since 2007. And the reality is, Angel Snub Nub 7 had about 5 strong channels. Each of those channels had over 3,000 subscribers. That's the reality. The reality is more people know who Angel Snub Nub 7 than they are willing to tell. Who are you? That's the reality. And also, they ignore that Angel Snub Nub 7 had 100 channels destroyed. Angel Snub Nub 7, when they talk about being banned, I'm the only one on YouTube that really got banned. That Google treated like somebody they banned. If you had my title, my name in the title of your video, Google would take that video down. Anything associated with me, they took it down. That's being banned. If Louis Farrakhan or any of these other people talk about being banned, what's his name? That Alex guy, the conspiracy theorist Alex, what's his name? I forgot what his name was. That Caucasian guy. Matter of fact, he interviewed Louis Farrakhan. If these people were really banned, if Young Pharaoh was banned, like I was, anything that had their name in the title, anything associated, YouTube took it down. Now, if I only get 10 subscribers and only have 10 views, why is it so important for Google to go all out their way to destroy channels that nobody's listening to? That does not make any sense. And then people, for some reason, believe because I only have 10 views and 10 subscribers that somebody with 1,000 subscribers, their commentary is better than mine. I want to remind you that Adolf Hitler had a lot of followers. He had a whole country behind him. Way more than most of you on YouTube. Was he right? Was his message right? I'm just saying. You had somebody like Jim Jones that had a lot of followers. And he took his people out there in that country and they committed mass suicide. Had a lot of followers. So is his message better than mine, Adolf Hitler? And a lot of these tyrants in history had a lot of followers. A lot of people listen to them. You live in a country that made slavery a way of life for over 300 years. A lot of followers. See, Angel Snub Nub 7, the reason why you don't like me is because I'm trying to create self-thinkers. Nobody is following nobody nowhere. This is a team effort. This is not a dictatorship. This is not a bunch of people blindly following somebody like you a damn herd animal. And in the Bible call you and make reference to you as being a sheep. And you are treated like a sheep. You are the sheeple. You don't have the ability to think for yourself. So Google targets and understands that this voice needs to be silenced, not you, with your thousands of subscribers and all this stuff that you promoting, because that's not a threat. All your African Pan-Africanism, Comedicism, Hebrew Israelitisms, and pro-Blackiisms, and spirituality, and all this stuff that y'all, that's not dangerous. That's not a threat. The threat is when you set the mind free. That's the threat. Because if you set the mind free, it will reanalyze, like I've done, all these things that we've been taught all our lives. Take another look at spirituality. Take another look at religion. Take another look at what Dr. Clark taught, Dr. Ben and the scholars, and you're going to analyze and take another look at what the Hebrew Israelites teach. You got to take another look, reanalyze and re-examine. That's dangerous, because if you do that, instead of taking things on face value because it makes you emotional, that's dangerous. You begin to see things for what they are and what they aren't. You begin to see the lies and the fairy tales and the cartoons that we was taught. And then you have those who get angry at Google sometimes, talking about, I'm going to sue YouTube and all that nonsense. Besides young Pharaoh, lately, I'm the only one. And Google has actually been in court with me. So you might have thousands of views. Google actually know who I am. Do Google, this billion-dollar corporation, do Google know you? Google, the corporation, had to find a representative to come to a courtroom where I live. And that lawyer faced me in person right there in the courthouse. Did I win? No. But I did win because it didn't cost me nothing. I did win because of my activity. That's the reason why Google stopped taking down y'all channels the way it used to. Because of my activity. So you brag about your thousands of subscribers. It's because of my activity, because of people like me, is the reason why your walk is easier. Google doesn't want to get to the point where we file a class action lawsuit and really get this ball rolling. You're so divided and jealous and hateful of one another and lazy, you can't get your act together to do nothing. You represent fantasy fiction fairy tales, and I represent reality. And the acceptance of reality makes this platform dangerous. Anything else is not acceptable. We don't sell false dreams and hopes here. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And give excuses for our failure. We don't do that here. So you can make mockery, but clearly it's not true. Because guess what? I had 10 views. Now you added a view. Now I have 11. Thank you for the view. What brings me to this very short topic is because there must be a clarification or an understanding of my position or my view upon how I look upon this great man we know of as Malcolm X Shabazz, El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Those of you who follow this channel, you know that I proudly wear my Malcolm X pin. I express my sadness in the loss of this brother, my anger in the manner that his life was taken, how his family was treated by an organization as a child I grew up in love with, and then to learn that this organization, the people in this organization, would turn on their own. I don't want to hear your excuse. He was a traitor. He was a hypocrite. We do not do this to our own. Especially when you've done nothing to the enemy. If you feel as though Malcolm deserved death, then your enemy deserved death. Why haven't you done anything to them? If you too damn scary to do anything against your enemy, how the hell you gonna raise your hand against another victim? I don't like that. But they did. And make excuses for it even to this day. I didn't do it, like the coward you are. You so brave and you a god and a warrior. Accept responsibility for what you did. Yeah, I've done it. And be proud of it. You got away with it. You turn around, talk about how much you love. And you beating up on your own people, your own damn members. Other brothers and sisters. And you love. I don't want this pro-black, blackity black, black nationalism love. Y'all can take that and kick rocks. I experience more love from these blackity black, pro-black, nationals, pan-African, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. I'm on a video. And Brother Malcolm is speaking about the unification of Africa. And Brother Malcolm, during his time, Brother Malcolm lived only until the year 1965. He did not see 1966, 1970, 1976, 2006, and so forth. So Malcolm X was operating within what he knew at that time, what he understood at that time. He operated in a different manner prior to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad to what he understood in that life he was living at that time. When he was introduced to Nation of Islam teachings, then things began to change. As he began to gravitate towards new information, as he began to gravitate out of his illiteracy and ignorance. But a person can only act upon what they know. As Minister Farrakhan always say, you can only act upon what is in the circumference of your knowledge. If you don't know, you don't understand, you cannot act upon what is outside of yourself, of what you know. You cannot talk about an apple and you don't know anything about it. So Brother Malcolm is speaking about unification with Africa, and Africa this and Africa that. Black people are, the Afro-American is an African. He's speaking upon what he understood at that time. Nobody came to Malcolm and asked Malcolm, what are these African nations doing for us? Not a damn thing. What did they do for us, Brother Malcolm, while we was on the slave plantation, Brother Malcolm? Where here you are in the civil rights movement and they're lynching us, bombing our churches and schools. What is Africa doing for us? Nobody asked Malcolm that. It never got to that point. You foaming at the mouth for Africa. So I'm asking these questions in the comment section. You hating on Malcolm. You don't understand. You hating on Malcolm. You a hater. What is it that I'm hating? I'm filled with self-hatred because I'm asking these questions that are valid. I'm a hater because you don't want to hate the reality of things. Who told us we was African? Was it the Africans? Because if it was the Africans, they could be specific. Because Africa is a continent. They could be specific. You are such and such tribe. You come from such and such nation. Nobody is specific. They have made a continent out of us. It is over 50 nations on that continent. Who we supposed to be? Who you want to be? I would ask Brother Malcolm that. But during his period of time, that was beyond their comprehension. There was nobody running around that we know of that was asking these type of questions. But the most important thing here is that they begin to put Malcolm like he's Mr. Perfect, put him in a Christ-like position. And now you have many of these who look at Malcolm as a Jesus Christ figure. He can't do no wrong. He said nothing wrong. Which is wrong. Simply by the questions that I present. So you're stuck in 1965 with him. Because that's all Malcolm could see. His life ended February 21st, 1965. He could go no further. Here you are in 2021 and you still stuck in 1965. Still saying the same thing that Malcolm was saying. Still believing you have not progressed. You're doing no better. Stuck in 1965. You have not learned nothing from his example because Malcolm was a thinker. Sooner or later, Malcolm would have had to separate from the Nation of Islam anyway. Because that teaching made his mind rigid and limited. And Malcolm was beyond this limitation. He wasn't stuck in religion. Malcolm was smart enough to understand when he began the process of trying to get his own organization together, he understood there must be a separation between your religious ideas and the revolution or the struggle itself. There must be a separation because religion is divisive. Religion makes you docile, don't want to get off your ass and fight because some god or a spaceship or an alien or a demon or a spirit gonna do your fighting for you. That's a damn lie. It has never happened in history. An alien or some god or whatever come out the sky from out of the ground or whatever the hell these gods reside gonna come and help somebody do anything. God is Jesus. Malcolm X is not Jesus. And now they have turned him into a spiritual figure. Somebody worthy of worship. But when Malcolm was alive, they asked him, Malcolm, what you doing? He said, well, I can't do too much because I don't have any help. Malcolm had a few handful of folks. He had no help. Most people stay away from him because he was too radical, too strong, too real. And the only reason why y'all want to hang with Brother Malcolm is because he's dead. You don't have to do anything except sit on your ass and watch YouTube videos 24 hours a day. And worship dead folks. Because you ain't going to do nothing either. If Malcolm was alive, you wouldn't like him because you would have to get off your ass and work. All this praising dead folks. That's all y'all do. Jesus is dead. Muhammad is dead. Malcolm is dead. Marcus Garvey is dead. Y'all love to worship dead folks and give living people hell. I would say that Brother Malcolm would support our platform, our plan called Operation Exodus Mississippi. I know he would if he was with us today. It's exactly what we need. Malcolm had a plan. Malcolm had an answer during his time. And Malcolm would have to bring something new for this time. Because 2021 is not 1965. They are similar. And why are they similar? Because with all your knowledge and understanding and supreme wisdom, you have yet to change the condition. That's why they're similar. Because you're still operating like it's 1920, 1930, 1965. You're still operating in the past. You have not progressed. Your mind has not developed. And so you look to him because you still live in 1965, 1930, or whoever your little hero is, Marcus Garvey, you still live in 1930, 1970, or whatever. So Malcolm has become this figure of worship. You done turn him into Jesus Christ, a black version, Pan-African, black nationalist Jesus Christ. We ain't learned a damn thing from this man. He's just something to worship now. We ain't learned nothing. Malcolm, I don't know how he would respond. He was only 39 years old and gone way much brighter, way beyond his years. But he left a lot for us to study, a lot for us to learn. One thing for sure, beware of those who claim they love you.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, Soul Sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
There's something that grinds my gears. I got to get this off my shoulder. Look at him. Many of you know who have been following or listening to this channel over the years. You know that I was introduced to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, when I was a very young child. I don't know really what to a point I can tell you. I love the brotherhood that I saw, the sisterhood, the strength. When I was growing up towards the end of what we call, or what was known as, Jim Crow. I was a little boy when the church in Alabama was bombed and those 4 little girls was killed. I was a little boy, well, actually just a few months old when the President Kennedy was assassinated. This was the type of time that I grew up in. I grew up when everybody, all of our organizations were probably at their most highest or strength. The Nation of Islam, the Black Panther Party, and countless others. I grew up in the environment of the original Black Power, the original Black Revolution, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know this stuff they're trying to do today. It's not Black Power. It's damn sure not a revolution. I don't know what it is. More like Walmart. Somebody trying to sell you something all the time. And that's a subject to itself. But even so, I've never really said, besides the brotherhood, what attracted me to the Nation of Islam. Even as I grew older, I believed in this teaching. I believed in this man named Elijah Muhammad. I did not know who Louis Farrakhan was. I didn't know who Malcolm was. I knew my relatives who became converts to this teaching. I only knew the information, the official information from Nation of Islam teaching. I did not have a teacher. None of my relatives tried to teach me. I never listened to Brother Malcolm or Farrakhan or Jeremiah Shabazz or none of these persons. I don't know nothing about none of them. So everything I am is pure, straight from the mouth, no third party, Nation of Islam teaching. But I did listen to these outsiders and I heard certain things. I was told that the black man is God, the original man, and I'm proud to be that. The maker, the owner, cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. I believe all that. All that. I'm willing, unlike some of these folks today, I'm willing to die on mine. Suffer on mine, and I did. Sacrifice on mine, and I did. I'm not talking about giving a few dollars, you comfortable. Willing to give enough where you can end up homeless on the street. Unemployed, fired from your job because of your beliefs. What really made me gravitate toward Nation of Islam teachings was this talk that we're so great, so supreme, so strong, so intellectual. The wisdom that we have is the supreme wisdom. And I believe not for myself, but I believe because I wanted to help one of my relatives that was born physically handicapped. So I believe if I help this movement, if I help put us into power, put the black man and woman where we belong, then our intelligence, our supreme wisdom, we gods and goddesses and so strong. I'm pretty sure they could heal my relative's handicap, physical handicap. But as time go on and I saw us nothing but keep begging for money and nothing was being produced. No hospital, no clinic. Nothing so that we can exercise the supreme wisdom, the supreme knowledge. We're gods and we can do so much and all this. This is where now my anger comes from, because you lied to me. That was the 1980s. This is 2021. Where your hospitals at? Who did you heal? Still begging for money. Still running your mouth talking about what you gonna do. Still talking about you God. You're still a Negro slave in America. Talking about separation. You ain't never tried to separate, not one time. It's sickening. It's disgusting. See, you got me when I was a child. But you can't get me now. That's over with. And you're disgusting. The Nation of Islam disgusting. The only thing, they ain't producing a damn thing except talk. Got a little tiddlywink farm. Got a little tiddlywink this, a little tiddlywink that, some tiddlywink crap. Always crying to the Peckerwood. So-and-so, Twitter banned Minister Farrakhan. The YouTube took down, crying over, you should have your own. After 40 years of so-called work, you should have your own. And then the sad, disgusting thing about it, they talk about all this brotherhood and don't even support the brothers and sisters within an alternative to Facebook, YouTube, and whatever. And then they have their own little chunk website they want you to pay. You are in a position where you should be able to get sponsors and advertising, just like Mark Zuckerberg and Google. They go out and get their advertisers on their platform. You should be able to do the same thing too. Y'all got thousands of people. You said millions of people love you. That means people that have businesses and whatever, they would advertise on your website so it can be free like YouTube, free like Facebook. Weak ass liars, deceivers, and keep taking in your dimes and dollars. And then they have a leader, and I love him, but he's wrong. The leader, Elijah Muhammad, you sit around, talk about his wives. He did not have no wives. He only had one wife. That was Sister Claire Muhammad. And then these young women, I'm not going to even say they was young girls or teenagers. I want to say that they're young women. You still too damn old for them. You got a sickly old geezer climbing on top of your daughter and y'all so damn sick. That's acceptable. Y'all holy and righteous. Farrakhan has children outside of his marriage. That's acceptable. Oh no, but the other brothers, the regular brothers in the ranks, they can't have 4 or 5 women. Only the special divine ones. Fake ass organization. It's fake. And you killed Malcolm X. You have no character. You have no integrity. Run around here holy and righteous, self-righteous, holier than thou. Making excuses for Elijah Muhammad messing around with young women. The older women can have babies too. Oh, we always attack the weak, the vulnerable. That's what we do. deceivers, exploiters. So he's no different than Reverend Porkchop, Reverend Mudflap, that take advantage of the women who follow, that believe. You ain't no damn different than Jim Jones or any of these other, what's his name, Charles Manson, any of these other suckers. You're all in the same category. You killed Malcolm. And you're not man, you're not woman enough to just accept the fact that some of your members decided because they was inspired by Farrakhan, they was inspired by your own teachings to kill that man. Easy to blame the government because the government is foul. Nation of Islam pulled the bullet, pulled the trigger. Nation of Islam is the one that stirred the pot to cause those stupid young men to do what they did. They thought they was going to be heroes, and they ruined their lives. Even the ones that think they got away, they was plagued by this the rest of their lives. Because you was made a fool out of. It's disgusting. The nation of Islam is disgusting. Your leader is not holy and righteous. Your teachings is bull. Where is your mother plane? Another lie. It ain't showed up yet. Almost 100 years. Dropping bombs. Where is your proof that there's a tribe of Shabazz? When did you meet somebody from a tribe of Shabazz? Cartoon garbage, and you have the nerve to talk about Christians. See, we didn't know no better. I was a child. I didn't know no better. I'm following my adults. Adults are not supposed to lead their children wrong. But see, I'm not your child. I was just a slave on your plantation. Use me up, spit me out like watermelon seeds.
Free your mind.
I keep it real.
What dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
I have noticed something, and perhaps you have also made an observation, and perhaps you've noticed this, but really don't pay too much attention. I was raised in the Christian church, Baptist. I also have experience within Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. In Christianity, the book that you use as a tool to guide you within the laws of God is called the Holy Bible. And in Islam, you look forward to guidance, direction from the revelations of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. This book we call Holy Quran. I like to put emphasis on stuff like I know Arabic. You have these people, Fraud Muhammad, the Holy Quran. Trying to be, that's another topic. Trying to be something they're not. But what I notice when you look at these stories, Moses Abraham, Lot, Noah, and all these different things, there's a common theme that runs through these stories. And this common theme is rebellion against this dictator, this God person. This God person wants you to submit and serve and obey, and it sounds like slavery, because that's exactly what it is. I live to serve God. What is a slave? A slave exists only to benefit his or her master. You have no other purpose. I live to serve God. I live to be a servant. You live and exist only to be a slave. What did the slave master do on the plantation? If you do not obey my rules, then I will take out the whip. I will cause you all kinds, I will lynch you. I will do all kinds of things to hurt you and punish you. I'm going to make you do what I want you to do. This God is no different. You don't do what God say, I'm going to damn your soul to hell forever. Punishment. Do not obey the slave master. It's slavery. Belief in God is slavery. Belief in the Most High is slavery. The belief in a supreme being, the way that we view God, that's slavery. So how do the people in Bible and Quran, how do they respond to this God? How do we respond to this God to this day? We rebel. Now, these people, actually, some of them actually claim they saw God. They heard him. They heard him walking or whatever. They saw the miracles. They saw the plagues of the frogs, and the river, the lake or whatever was turned red, and the locusts, and they saw all these things, these plagues, and God flooded the earth. They saw all these things. Now, I never saw all this stuff. And if you notice, God is quick to punish you. I'm going to send you to hell. I'm going to send a plague of frogs, the misty death, and God is quick to punish you. But if you notice in both Bible and Quran, who is being rewarded? Who is given heaven on earth? Nobody. But there's plenty of ass whooping for you and me. Oh, plenty of that. Plenty of threats, what I'm going to do. But if you notice, there's rebellion against God. Why is this? It's not natural for you to serve and give your life to benefit somebody else. That's not natural. It's not natural for you to bow down and to submit to teachings and rules and laws that is outside of nature. So I'm supposed to wait until I'm married to experience sex. But at the same time, nature called. It is natural for man, wah, to be attracted to woman, wah. That's natural. But I'm supposed to wait. We're supposed to pin down and discipline what is natural for us, because we want to be in accord with this slave master, this God, who, by the way, got a young woman pregnant, and he was not, or it or whatever, was not married to Mary.
and Mary was the wife of Joseph, right? He did not care about the bond or what would happen if Joseph found out that she was carrying this baby, and we know that air does not make a woman pregnant. But this God don't care about the relationship between this husband and his wife. It's about what this God wants. It's about what the slave master wants. That's what happened on the slave plantation. The slave master would rape another slave's spouse. So what? You are my property. And so that's why you see rebellion against God. That's why you don't see all the people on the planet. You don't see no rush to try to serve no damn God, because nobody wants to be a slave. And the only reason why many of you want to be slave to God is because you fear the whip. You fear the punishment. You fear the consequences of not being a slave. That's why you do what you do. Or you're looking for this great reward. I'm going to go to heaven and I'm going to live this dream life for eternity. Fear and reward. You're not sincere in your dedication to this God. You're looking for something. And like we say, God gives plenty ass whooping through the Bible and Quran. You got to learn a lesson like they did on the slave plantation. You're going to learn, pop. You got to learn, pop. Obey, pop. An abuser. A wicked oppressor. The same thing that happened in slavery. The same thing that happens in jails and prisons. I tell you when you get up. I tell you when you go to sleep. I tell you what to eat and not to eat. The same thing in religious dogmatism. The same thing. Slavery. Acceptable slavery. You would turn your nose up. It was wrong for white folks to enslave African people. It's wrong for Europeans to enslave other Europeans. It's wrong for the Chinese to enslave. Oh, but it's all right for this God, this almost high supreme being, because he made us. So just because somebody made you, does that give them the right to abuse and exploit you? No, it does not. That's why the human being in both Bible and Quran, that's why they rebel. That's why you backslide. You backslide because something is wrong with this train of thought. That's why you backslide. Not because you're not sincere, not because you don't believe, because you're doing something that is unnatural. It is unnatural to be a slave. It is unnatural that we live and somebody else benefit from our life. So we rebel. How dare you? And you don't care about the consequences. Flood the earth. Bring your hellfire. Do whatever the hell you want to, punk. I'm not going to bow down to you like that. And the majority of humanity refuse. And those in the Bible refuse to bow down to this dictator. I'm a jealous God. Arrogant person. Always want praise. Damn. Always need attention. Pray to me 7 times a day. Bow down. Get on your knees and what the hell is your problem? Now, if a regular human being done that, like somebody like Saddam Hussein or Adolf Hitler, y'all have a problem. But here's this invisible, mysterious, do nothing ass God. And you, alhamdulillah, and you bow down and you pray and all this old stuff. This God sound arrogant and full of him or her or itself. The hell with you, God. God can kiss my backside. Me and billions of us, we're not going to bow down to slavery. And you become dependent. And this God don't never do a damn thing for you. You've been waiting on Jesus 2,000 years. You've been worshiping Muhammad and the Quran, and your life on earth has not changed at all. You got to wait to die. That's slave teaching. Whether it's on the plantation or here you are, supposed to be free in life, it's slave teaching. Religion, all spirituality. These pro-black, blackity-black, Pan-African type stuff, scholarship, crap, it's all slave. African spirituality is all slave teaching. Teaching you how to be a yes sir, yes sir Marcus Garvey, yes sir Elijah Muhammad, yes sir Malcolm, yes sir. What else can I do for you, sir? I live just for you, sir. Slave teaching, slave stuff. We don't do that here. Your life is your life, you earn it. If you did not, Mr. God, Most High, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, if you did not want me to have life, you shouldn't have gave it to me. It's mine, it's not yours. My life is to benefit me, not you, punk. Punish me. Let the lightning come down. Lynch me. Kick me, kite me, don't you black and white me. Because this God don't care about us. Slave master, owner. The most high slave master. Probably high on some kind of drugs. It's unnatural to worship and believe in God. That's slavery.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody. We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.